It is the Players Era Tournament. Buckle up, settle in. It's time to begin.
Gillespie, Euro step for two.
He is feeling it.
A new career high.
Cameron Carr with the highlight of the game. The Baylor Bears with a closing kick.
Rejected. Maduga turning defense into offense.
Those Kansas bigs are a force to be reckoned with.
And finishes. What a bucket by Momcilovic. Iowa State wins a thriller.
Houston escapes and remains perfect.
Tahat Pettiford rolling tonight in Vegas. And an exclamation point, Overton.
Grant Foster, he has been magnificent. Gonzaga is starting to flex.
Godot drives. Oh, that was sweet. Michigan pulling the hammer down.
Look at Payne rising to the moment.
We've been treated to some terrific basketball here on day one.
The stage is set for a new era of college basketball.
Awesome sights and sounds from the best holiday tournament in all of college basketball, the Players Era Tournament, where you can win up to $2 million. You can get the bag out there. Yeah, you can. Alongside Seth Davis, Dennis Scott, Dalen Cuff, I'm your host, Tim Doyle. Welcome into the Players Era Game Break. Iowa State, stand-up Big 12 conference. So far in this conference, 5-0. In the Players Era Tournament, this was a dominant performance for Iowa State.
Dominant performance without their most important guy, Tamin Lipsey. You can't say enough about the job that T.J. Otzelberger and his guys did in this game. And in the 4 years that Otzelberger has been at Iowa State, they won 2 games.
Wow.
The year before he got there, they've been to the NCAA tournament every year. They made it Sweet 16. And according to you, they're going to the Final Four.
Final Four.
They're looking good.
Still called Final Four?
Missing their best player. Dominant performance, total team effort. Other guys stepped up.
I like that other guys. Jefferson, Torrey, they stepped up in a major way. What I'm most impressed with is the ball pressure on the defensive end of the floor. They stuck to their identity by playing good defense, turning over Creighton, and creating easy offense.
Yeah, you play these games to learn about your team and understand how they respond to adversity. Well, we learned a lot yesterday, a big win against St. John's. You lose your starting point guard, your lead guy that sets the tempo both offensively and defensively. Guys like Touré and others step up. You're learning about your team, and it's all good stuff right now for T.J. Otzelberger.
Well, what's pretty cool is these two teams scrimmaged each other. And Lipsey didn't play in that game either earlier in October, and it was all Creighton.
All Creighton.
Iowa State made 0 3-pointers. They flipped the script as this game was all Iowa State, and honestly, it was not competitive. Let's take a look at the highlight here. There's Tamin Lipsey out. All social media was saying what a great teammate he was on the sidelines, but other guys did step up, Seth.
Well, yeah, and that's what happens when somebody goes out. You know, Dennis calls it the next man up, but it's really a collective effort on behalf of the team. And this is where it happens on the defensive end with Josh Jefferson with the steal and the pass up ahead. Everybody locked in on defense.
Leave it. Step into it, Jefferson. You talk about they don't make a lot of threes. They take and make timely threes.
Yeah, he had 18 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, but Killian Torrey, DC, was really good.
I'll talk about this freshman a little bit more in a few minutes, but he was outstanding. Momcilovic was great. Those are their big three, without Lipsey, especially Touré stepping into that role for Lipsey. But it was a culture win. It was about their defense, and they set the tone from the very first possessions, and they never let up. This was 40 minutes.
Yeah, a guy like Blake Buchanan, you don't even mention his name, but he's played such a valuable role. I mean, this was utter domination. Creighton buries a 3 there. And now, Seth, you got kind of get into this weird territory because how much you win by in the Players Era is really important.
Yeah, at a time when, T.J. Otzelberger might have cleared his bench, point differential matters, and it's capped at 20. So you could see him there at the end of the game trying to push it to a 20-point win. Didn't quite get there, but now in the catbird seat, the Cyclones to try to get to that championship game tomorrow.
It feels very much like soccer. The plus 19 point differential. It's a goal differential.
Love it.
Deciding a World Cup spot.
What's even strange about this is these two coaches are best friends. They worked with each other, and now you're trying. This is like Cobra Kai. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy, sir. Like, let's try to beat these guys by 20.
Even when you're best friends, you know each other's tendency. That's why you scrimmage each other early in the season. But once again, to be in this environment in the holidays lets you know where your team is now. Both teams maybe be missing a guy or two. How do you feel about your team now for the future?
Oh, I know how I feel. I'm so excited for this squad. Yeah.
Yo, real quick, Greg McDermott told me that Big East Media Days we were talking. He's like, yeah, I wish I didn't scrimmage them now. Now that I know that I'm playing the Players Era. He didn't know at the time, and now you feel like you would have seen the pressure from Iowa State and helps you adjust. Iowa State didn't really show up in that exhibition defensively.
Right.
So this was like a different team you saw today that was very hungry.
And he's got some major concerns for Creighton,
Absolutely.
moving forward. They got dominated against Gonzaga. That was on the road, this being a neutral site. But you lose Jackson McAndrew, who's one of your best three-point shooters. The freshman Hudson Greer looks pretty good. But from a toughness, defense perspective, Creighton's got some work to do.
Life without Ryan Kalkbrenner has not been easy for Creighton as they're still trying to figure out their identity. And now we're talking about the players that are standing. There's one team that's 2-0. Final four. Iowa State 2-0. They got a plus 19 margin. Michigan took care of business. Obviously, you got a bunch of 1-1 matchup, but Iowa State missing Lipsy. No problem for Iowa State as we welcome in their star forward, Joshua Jefferson. You were flirting with a triple-double at halftime. We were looking at the numbers. This is Tim Doyle here in studio. Did you glance up at all? Did it ever cross your mind? Because you were literally doing everything for the Cyclones.
I mean, yeah, I don't try to play to the numbers. Whatever happens during the game, it happens. So I just try to play to my strength, play through my teammates, and just happy we came out with the win.
And Josh, this is 3D, Dennis Scott. How big were you guys to stick to your identity with the ball pressure defensively to get out there and create easy offense?
Yeah, I mean, the last time we played them, our ball pressure was nowhere near what it needed to be. So that was the main emphasis there, and then just crashing the board. So doing those two things is what helped us be successful tonight. So big shout outs to Blake and Killian for doing their two jobs at a very high rate. So I appreciate it for them.
Josh, this is Dalen Cuff in studio. You mentioned playing your identity. We know you guys always do that. You're one of the hardest teams to play against. You're always competitive and competing at a high level. That said, playing in this event where money is earned for the further you go is kind of different in college basketball. It's a new world we're in. Is there any difference for you playing in these games and maybe playing tomorrow for 7 figures on the line?
Definitely not. I mean, I play the same way. I play this game for free if I could, so just getting paid for it is just the way of the world right now. So nobody expected us to be here. I don't be on social media too much right now, so just happy for how hard we worked and look forward to whoever we play tomorrow.
Well, we know that you would play for free, but we're glad that you don't have to anymore. So don't feel any guilt about taking that money, young fella. Josh, you transferred. This is Seth Davis. You transferred in last year from St. Mary's, had a solid season. But how much of a benefit is it to you to now be in your second year where you have a full off season to be in this program?
It's huge. Body's feeling great right now. Last year came off my knee injury, so this year was healthy. Dealt with a little wrist stuff, but just getting more reps in the gym, that's what helped me be successful so far this season, just staying in the gym when no one else is watching. So just continue to work when no one else is looking.
Wow, you're laser focused, young man.
That.
That is impressive.
I like that. Work, baby.
A lot of temptation out there in the strip, but the bag is waiting for you if you win it all. So congratulations. What a performance.
Thank you, sir.
Wow, that is like, can he be my child? He was like amazing. I don't think I'm that disciplined. That was fantastic. You see a tweet here from Matthew. Possibilities, Joshua Jefferson is top 5 player in the country. D, what do you think?
Top 10?
Top 10?
Top 10. That's a good question because this freshman class is so good, and there's some really good upper class. This is what Rick Pitino said earlier this week. This is the best college basketball has been. The NIL has done a good job of making really good players or fringe NBA players come back to college. You now have all these European players who are playing in professional academies over here now. And this freshman class, I've not been around. Been a long time. It's hard for me to say on precedent. I defer to you two that have seen some freshmen play longer than I have, but this is amazing.
To maybe go 8, 9 deep as freshmen, normally maybe 2 or 3. We're talking about 8, 9, possibly 10 freshmen could go in the first round.
Oh, it's going to be closer to 20 than 10. I mean, it's that deep. Yeah, this is the deepest freshman class that I've seen.
Wow. And you've been around.
Yeah, I've been around a minute. I've been around a minute, but to me, it just illustrates, TJ Otzelberger, like you hear Josh Jefferson talk. We keep throwing this word culture around.
Right.
He is a big culture guy. And he had that experience not only with Greg McDermott, but also with Fred Hoiberg as an assistant at Iowa State. So when he came back and took this head job, he knew very well the type of player and the type of person who's going to live and go to school and play basketball in Ames, Iowa, and play for this program. They practice early in the morning. He wears those 2-shirt.
Mediums. Nothing wrong with tight clothes.
That's an important, depending on who it's on. Let me say.
Well said.
Yeah. Just great job by TJ and his guys.
DC, talk a little bit about Torrey in this game because he really stepped up in a big way.
Well, to Seth's point, who are you recruiting? Who do you know that's going to come in here and play the way you want to play at the level you want to play on both sides of the ball? Killian Torrey, the freshman from France, I played at Brewster Academy last year, famed prep program. understands how to play. That great cut out of the corner, got speed by Jefferson, knocked down threes, but hit him. Cookies!
Yes, sir,
We're going
baby.
the other way. That was a big play early in this game. He helped set the tempo without Lipsy out there. When he was the head of the snake in the point guard position, guarding their lead guards, made them feel them the entirety of the floor, at times at half court for sure. He's the kind of guy that whenever you look back at their season, if they grow to a Final Four team, like Tim thinks they will, this is maybe a moment where you understand where this kid's growth started happening. Without Lipsy, am I taking this role? And how much longer will Lipsy be out? How much longer will he stay? And can Toure learn through that process? And there'll be ups and downs as a freshman. But this is a big starting point, a big stage, or really showed out.
One thing I know, as a shooter, if that ball pressure continues all season long like you're talking about, I'll feel a little bit better about this being a Final Four team. Because that defense travels, and that's what I saw today.
Just feels like finally their offense has caught up to their defense, right? All those years they had all these great defensive teams.
There you go.
But they could put a glass eye to sleep on offense. Iowa State better, much better. Come on back. We got some highlights. We're going to break it down. We got some great games going forward. The Irish taking care of business.